Tuesday's Tips and Tricks.
Yeah.
Hey everybody, welcome back to another Tuesday's Tips and Tricks. I'm Chelsea.
I'm Nathaniel.
And this week is all about how to up-pot your water lilies and how to plant those correctly. So let's get started.
So the first task at hand is getting this lily out of its bucket. So let's get a start on that and then I'll show you how to split it up. So basically you're just gonna have to get a little bit rough with it. You may have to beat on the pot to get it out. Loosen up the sides. The soil it's in is heavy, so it takes some force to get these guys out of there. All right, there we go. And we're free from the pot. You can see this pot is even warped from the lily pushing on the side, so it definitely needs repotted. Now we're going to take a look and find out where we're going to split this guy. This is a nice dark color. This one is either Black Princess or Almost Black, I can't remember. And I just kind of start working away the soil. You can see there, it gets kind of yucky. You could wear gloves if you want. And we're going to try and get these rhizomes. Okay, we're getting to the rhizomes now, so I'm going to split this off. You can see right here we've got a growth point coming out. There's one here as well. We're gonna snap that off of there, just like that. Very easy. Basically, you keep track of your growth points, you isolate those, and you snap them away. If you have a big enough space between them, you can even take a shovel and slice through. This one's pretty tight though. So this is 2 growth points. It could be 2 lilies. I'll probably plant it as 1, because I mean there's going to be a lot in there. So you repot that as 1 lily. Let's show you again so you feel confident here. We can actually take this and split that. Again, you can use pruners or a shovel if you need some extra strength from a tool. Nothing wrong with that. All right, so here is a rhizome with 2 or 3 little growth points coming off of it. This rhizome continues, you can't really see it, but I can feel it. There's a growth point down here waiting to emerge. So I'm probably gonna snap this like that. This looks like nothing, but this will grow. There's a growth point right here. So that can be a new lily. This can be a new lily. And we could split this again, but I kind of like having more there to start with. It's surprising how many lilies you can get out of 1 pot of water lilies. You might think there's 5 or 6 in there, but you'll be surprised there could be a couple dozen. Let's count how many we got here. So this is the one with the flower on it. That's 1, 2, and that could probably be split into 2 more. 3, there's nothing growing on this yet, but it'll send out growth later. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, at least a dozen water lilies out of 1 pot, and I could probably split half of those up 2 times again if I wanted to get maximum amount of lilies out of this. So you'll be surprised at how badly a lily that's been in a pond for several years and not been taken care of will need to be split. If you get a bunch, you can share them with friends, you can throw them away, you can compost the extras and just keep what you want. But that's how you split them, and now Chelsea's going to show you how to pot them up.
Now we're going to show you how to pot up your water lily. So here's the things that you're going to need. You're going to need some straw to go in the bottom, some dirt, and some gravel to go on top to keep the dirt in. And of course, a water lily to plant. So let's get started. In the bottom here, I have some straw to cover up the holes so that the dirt doesn't wash out. So I'm going to put that all around inside the bottom there. Then I'm going to start putting in some dirt. We're using topsoil here. It's good because it's heavy and dense. It's not going to float out as badly. So now I'm going to make a space. When it comes to potting your lily, you're going to want to find out which direction your water lily is growing. Take your water lily, you're going to find the rhizome. We split this one off of a water lily that was growing over a pot. So this is where we snapped it off. And you can tell that the growth is coming from this end, so it's growing this direction. So I'm going to put this end at the base of the pot so we can grow all the way this direction and have all of this space. If I planted it in the middle, it could only grow this far before we'd have to repot it again. Make a space for the roots like this, so they can go in one spot, and then the rhizom's going to go in this spot here. So we'll make a little divot. So roots go in here, rhizome goes here, and it's going to sit on the top. We don't want to bury the rhizome underneath or it'll rot. Then we're going to fill it with dirt. Cover up those roots. If you have a lot of roots and they're kind of unnecessary, you can just snap them off. It won't hurt the plant. And again, this is going to be growing this direction. So once you have the lily planted like this, if you just put this in your pond like this, all this dirt's going to wash out and make your pond all dirty. So that's why we use gravel. Then the smartest thing to do is to go ahead and fertilize before you put it back in your water, so you don't have to get into the pond to fertilize it. So I'm going to go ahead and stick my fertilizer down in here, cover it up. And there you go. It's ready to go in your pond. Well, everybody, that's your Tuesday's tips and tricks. We'll see you next week. Tuesday's tips and tricks.
Yeah.